Lamar and King Henry. Ravens. Can you not forget to run the ball this time against the Chiefs in the playoffs? Please? One of the most difficult divisions in the NFL to predict, with every team last year finishing over 500. The Ravens led the way with a 13-4 record. The rest of the division struggled with the health of their QBs, and yet they all managed to be in the thick of it until the very end. Steelers keeping the streak of Mike Tomlin not having a losing season. My cats are joining the video this time. Joe Flacco rejuvenating his career with the Browns. Jake Browning making the NFL take notice. All of these teams finished in the top 15 in my power rankings last year. The Browns had the worst placement at 12. Sidebar. I know this is dumb, but I can't wait to show you guys my first power rankings. They could be pretty controversial. I made some tweaks to the formula this year, so hopefully it's going to be a little bit better. I'm doing a trial run to see how it's going to go in the pre-skip back to the topic at hand. Who will win the AFC North? Will Baltimore repeat? How about the Bengals returning to form with Joe Burrow coming back? Will he stay healthy? Russell Wilson make an impact with the Steelers? Or will it be Justin Fields? How about Deshaun Watson? Will he go back to the potential MVP form? Or will he continue to be an abuser? This division is so tough to predict. I'm going to base it on who I trust more. Just like in 2023, all these teams finished over 500, which makes it so difficult to predict. They can all finish 500 or better again this year. I'm going to have the Pittsburgh Steelers finish in last place, and I'm going to go over the key additions and departures, as well as what games they will win in 2024. But first, let's go over the key additions. Two quarterbacks, Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. Linebacker, Patrick Queen. Return specialist in Cordero Patterson. Wide receiver, Scotty Miller. While their key departures are QB Mitch Trubisky. Offensive lineman, I butchered his first name in the first video, so hopefully I got it this time. Chukwuma Okafor. Corner, Patrick Peterson. Wide receiver, Deontay Johnson. And quarterback, Kenny Pickett. The Steelers' schedule looks like this. They got the Falcons. They'll probably get a loss there. Broncos, I think they'll lose. The Chargers, a win. The Colts, a win. The Cowboys, a loss. Raiders, a win. Jets, a loss. Giants, a loss. Now they entered their bye week. Then they got the Commanders. They'll get a W there. Ravens, a loss. Browns, a loss. The Bengals, a loss. The Browns, they'll get a win. Eagles, a loss. Ravens, a loss. Chiefs, a loss. Bengals, a loss. Holy hell, I think I have the Steelers actually being bad with 4 wins and 13 losses. I'm sorry, Steeler fans. I think it's just me remembering how Russell Wilson was with us in Denver, and hopefully for your sake I'm wrong. Good thing is, Mike Tomlin's track record will probably prove otherwise. That they will end up being 500 again or better, and I'll be proven wrong. I think they would actually be better off with Justin Fields at quarterback. I don't think that's a crazy statement, but if they do finish 4-13, at least there's a good draft pick involved, and plus it's a very tough schedule overall, and especially down the stretch of the season. The team finishing in third will be the Cleveland Browns. I do like some of the things they've done in the offseason, like bringing in Judy, not trading for Brandon Ayuk, an underrated signing in Jameis Winston, Nick Chubb coming back from injury. They have a solid defense. The Browns were bid, and their key additions are listed as follows: wide receiver Jerry Jeudy, quarterback Jameis Winston, defensive end Zadarius Smith, linebacker Jordan Hicks, linebacker Devin Bush, and their key departures are Taki, defensive back Mike Ford. I really didn't see many key losses when I was looking this up. They did lose some draft capital with the Jeudy trade, but they're only a 5th and a 6th rounder, so you could kind of live with those. Even at the same time, you could find some Hall of Famers in the 5th and 6th round. They have a key pieces coming back from injury, so why the 3rd place? I think it's more because right now I trust Joe Burrow over Deshaun Watson right now. Again, I could be proven wrong, and I believe I could see the Browns, Bengals, or Ravens finishing in first in this division. So let's take a look at their 2024 opponents to play win-loss. Cowboys, L. Jaguars, W. Giants, W. Raiders, W. Commanders, W. Eagles, L. Bengals, L. Ravens, L. Chargers, W. They get their bye week. The Saints, a W. Steelers, a W. Broncos, a W. Steelers, an L. Chiefs, an L. Bengals, an L. Did you happen to hear the dogs barking? Did you happen to hear that? Hopefully not. What was I? Dolphins, a W. Ravens, an L. With how I'm feeling at the time of writing this, I will have the Browns at 9-8. This team, they show they will be better off playing anybody but Deshaun Watson. I believe that again this year. I will say this team has a similar ceiling to how they finished last year. Just like all the teams in this division, it comes down to health and quarter. I mean, again, that will go for every team. But Brown fans, do you feel the same, or am I missing something? Like how I felt when watching the movie Longlegs. You know, that might be an accurate depiction. I thought Longlegs was good until Nick Cage had more screen time. He kind of took me out of the movie, which is kind of how I feel about Deshaun Watson. The more I see, the less I like. This is a new season, and I'm preparing to eat my words. So Brown fans, let me know below. Let me have it down below that I butchered this pick. I wouldn't be surprised because they do have a solid defense, and Deshaun Watson, you never know. But the team I believe is finishing in second will be the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow coming back, but lost Joe Mixon to the Texans in free agency. The Bengals' key additions were quarterback Zach Moss, tight end Mike Gesicki, offensive tackle Trent Brown, defensive tackle Sheldon Rankings, safety Von Bell, and safety Geno Stone. The big one is bringing in Trent Brown to help protect Joe Burrow, who's been sacked 148 times since coming into the league, and he was sacked 24 times in 10 games last year before he went down for the rest of the year. And he was on pace for 41 sacks. But between Burrow and Browning, the QBs were sacked a combined 48 times anyway. And their key departures, obviously, Joe Mixon, wide receiver Tyler Boyd, tight end Irv Smith Jr., offensive tackle Jonah Williams, defensive tackle Josh Tupou, defensive tackle DJ Reader, corner Jabode Uwuzie, safety Nick Scott. Some big losses here, but I think they could absorb some of these losses better than most teams in the NFL. Their opponents for 2024 are as follows. Patriots, that's a win. Chiefs, that's a loss, but Joe Burrow has the Chiefs number, so that could go either way. Commanders, a W. Panthers, a W. Ravens, a loss. Giants, a loss. Giants a win, sorry. Browns, a W. Eagles, a loss. Raiders, a W. Ravens, a loss. Chargers, a win. And they enter their bye week. Then the Steelers, a win. Cowboys, a loss. Titans, a win. Browns, a loss. Broncos, a win. Steelers, a win. After reviewing the schedule, I think they'll finish 11-6, but with the ceiling of being 13-4. I would have them split the season, possibly with the Ravens, and beat the Chiefs in week 2. They just seem to beat the Chiefs. Also, the floor could be 8-9 or something like along those lines if Burrow again misses any real length of time. But maybe they'll surprise us again. Browning was great in replacement of Joe Burrow, leading the league in completion percentage. That will mean the winners of the AFC North again will be the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, how can you not pick them from the outside looking in? Adding Derrick Henry with a still solid defense, though winning the division is nice, they do need that championship. Let's take a look at their key additions. Running back, Derrick Henry, of course. Safety, Eddie Jackson. Those were the two main additions that I saw. Comment down below if I obviously missed somebody. But their key departures are linebacker Patrick Queen, guard Kevin Zeitler, guard John Simpson, defensive lineman Jadeveon Clowney, running back Gus Edwards, and safety Geno Stone. Though they lost parts of that offensive line, Lamar is one of those QBs that can disguise a less than stellar line with his Madden 04 Mike Vick-like mobility. I guess the main concern would be how they would hold up in run blocking. That does need to be seen. I mean, it's hard to truly judge preseason in one game at the point of recording this. They rushed for 82 yards on 23 carries, which is good for a 3.6 yards a rush. Also, the first team offense wasn't out there. Time to play the win-loss game with the Baltimore Ravens and what record they will have by the end of it. Chiefs, I see them getting an L. Raiders, a W. Cowboys, a W. Bills, a W. Bengals, W. Commanders, W. Buccaneers, W. Browns, W. Broncos, W. Man, I feel like every time I do this, when I see the Broncos on there, I have them losing. Bengals, a W. Steelers, a W. Chargers, a W. Eagles, I see them getting a loss there. And then they entered their bye week, and out of their bye week, they got the Giants, W. Steelers, a W. Texans, a loss. Browns, a win. So the Baltimore Ravens will then win the division with a 14-3 record, which will probably be good enough for the 1 seed. I guess it will determine on how well the Chiefs do. I didn't get to the AFC West yet. We'll be coming out within the next few days. I could see them splitting with the Bengals, like I said back then. They could split with the Browns, especially if they have everything locked up by then. They could lose to the Bills, and they could also beat the Chiefs in week 1. I would say if you were to bet on the Ravens with the over-under set at 11.5, also this isn't gambling advice, so maybe don't do this. I think I would take the over. This would also mean no injuries, of course, no major injuries happen. And if you were to bet, really think about it. And that's probably why I won't put any money down. I usually throw a couple dollars down on the Super Bowl for like crazy prop bets that if I win, it's a crap ton of money. If I lose, it's only like $5. So I don't really care. To recap, the AFC North Division will look like this: Ravens at first at 14-3, Bengals second with 11-6, Browns in third with a 9-8, and the Steelers in last with 4-13. I do believe I will get that Steeler prediction wrong, but I'm just gonna roll with it. AFC North fans, comment down below what your predictions are. Let me know how wrong I am in the comments, and that will do it for this video. If you like the content, leave a like. If not, click that thumbs down button. That's constructive criticism. If I see a lot of thumbs down, that means I got a lot of work to do. Comment below, share the video, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell if you don't want to miss another video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.